So when I went to start up Love at the Milky Way Diner again, I started up two of them and I got it in stereo, so that was pretty funny. Um, Welcome back. It's Bring the Hail. We're back to wooing everyone we can. So let's load up our save from last time. We were going to the med bay because we passed out, which was great. We got wooed ourselves by a beautiful man who didn't take kindly to our jokes about having lightsaber. So a light chime goes off as I enter the med bay. More red text calls out a calm, feminine voice. Just take a seat in the waiting area. Hello. Bat's eyes. The office is small with a dividing wall separating the treatment and waiting areas. As I take a seat, I sneak a peek into the treatment area. Why would you do that? That's confidentiality. Bird. I know. There is an examination table as well as an open mid pod where a short Arunian woman in a hospital gown sits. A Naru in a doctor's coat faces her, looking at the notes on her holopad. The same voice from before, belonging to the doctor, continues. So she's a Naru. As I was saying, thankfully your time in the med pod has healed up your skin from the burdens you suffered, and all damage to your eye was thankfully reversible. What happened to you, ma'am? I'd still advise limiting exposure to unnecessary visual strain for a few days. Limit screen time, and get lots of rest. However, Vega, I'm afraid you'll have some permanent discoloration on your skin. I doubt this is what you wanted to hear. Sadly, Arulian skin is particularly prone to scarring, especially after trauma like the one you faced. There is, of course, a possibility it will continue to fade as time goes on, and if you'd like, I could put you into contact with a cosmetic dermatology specialist on Sios. He's an old colleague of mine and is very skilled with reconstructive procedures on Aurelian skin. The patient sitting on the med pod, Vega, speaks up. Her voice is sweet and youthful. For your treatment, Dr. Saria, that's okay. I don't mind the scarring too much. I'm just happy I'm safe. You are incredibly fortunate that Officer Morency was able to get to you when he did. From what he told me, that rusty old ship you flew in on was a death trap. You're lucky only the tertiary fuel line burst. If it had been the secondary, or stars forbid the primary, there may not have been anything left to you to put into the med pod. Now, here are your clothes. You can go ahead and get changed in the washroom over there. I'm going to take a look at my next patient. Vega says. She hops off the med pod and walks over to the bathroom, closing the door behind her.
Thank you for waiting.
You can come over and take a seat on the examination table here. I follow the doctor's instructions, walking over to the exam table and taking a seat.
Hello, I'm Dr. Saria. How can I help you today?
I need food. Mainly. Yeah. Hi, I'm Michael Starr. I just got off a long-haul trip. I've been out of stasis for about 2 hours, but I've been feeling kind of off. You think you'll be better after just 2 hours? Like, in stasis a little bit like a coma. Sort of. It takes a while. A bit sore and dizzy, and I have a headache, and I fainted earlier. I see. That's not good at all. Sorry, it says, typing notes into her holopad. How long did you spend in stasis? Did you fly on a personal or mass transit craft? Mass transit, one of the Argo space line ships. Saria winces and clicks her tongue in disapproval. That makes sense. The brand of set is for stasis. The Argo space fleet users are outlawed in Nauru space for this exact reason. I got hopped up on illegal meds? What you trying to tell me here? I'm sorry you're feeling unwell as a result. She gives me a sympathetic look and types a few notes, final notes into her holopad before placing it on the table next to her.
Stay still while I scan you.
Lie back on the examination and stay still. I'm going to do a quick scan to check your vitals. Okay. Hello, ma'am. I do as Saria instructs and lies down. Why am I not calling her Dr. Saria? I know they called him Bones for Dr. McCoy. You know what? Doctor. She got her doctorate. She deserves the title, I feel. Just like Harley Quinn deserves Dr. Quinn. She's a doctorate. She has the doctorate. Just saying. She grabs a scanner and leans over me. And as she does, one of the tentacles on her head falls in front of her face. She gently pushes it behind her pointed ear. I can see the chromatophores in her skin at the tips of her tentacles shifting, different shades of mostly coral, pink, but looking closer I can see undertones of blue and green. I know that Naru have chromatophores that change colors with their emotions, but I haven't learned what each color means. Saria hovers the scanner over me, and I do my best to stay still. After a few moments, it's over. Could have went on longer.
Yes.
Well, whatever, man. Alright, Michael, you can sit back up now. It seems like your body is still attempting to break down and process the last of the sedatives in your system. That's why you're feeling the lingering effects we call podsickness. Doctor, Saria explains as I return to my sitting position. I can give you an injection that will speed up the process significantly. Since it will be going into your bloodstream directly, you'll feel much better much quicker. Also, they have blue crosses, not red crosses, which means they are not committing a worker. I'm sorry, that fact always cracks me up. About having red crosses in your thing, in your games, or whatever, and it makes it a war crime. That's so funny. Are you okay with me? No. 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 Like, fictionally, I'm Gucci. I'm good. I can watch Saw, man. Realistically, no. No, no, no. No. No, no, no. No. No, 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 no. No. Not good with needles. I hold my breath and I pass out. They freak me out. Needles kind of freak me out, to be honest. I say, a bit embarrassed to admit that even as an adult, I still have this childlike fear. I don't know who you calling childlike, because it sure ain't me. I am a grown adult. I can have fears and phobias. So, I totally understand. Would you prefer a pill? It will still help, but not as quickly. So when I hurt myself years ago, I had tripped and scooped out part of my knee, the underside of my knee, where it bends, and I had gouged out pretty good, and the nurse was like, you're gonna need stitches, and I said, well, I'm afraid I need a little, I was like, is there, something else? Well, we could leave it alone. I said, okay. She goes, and you'll get gangrene. I was like, okay, I'm sorry for asking. I'll do the needle just for you. She was very nice, don't get me wrong, and sometimes you just gotta tell them like it is to make them behave, and she did. You're planning to lie down for an hour or two for the drug to help your body flush the remaining sodas. No, that's okay. I want to go to the diner and maybe do some cooking after this, so it's probably better if I go the more efficient route. I'll just have to tough it out. Yeah, it's just you'll just have to hear me chatter, Dr. Saria. I'm so sorry. I'll do my best to make the process as comfortable as I can for you, okay? Okay, thanks, Doctor. Good. Be respectful. Dr. Saria goes to the cabinet near the treatment areas and scans her palm pad. I watch as she preps the needle, filling it with the medicine from a vial. She places it on a tray next to some gauze and some sanitizing fluid. She brings her tray back over and places it in the little rolling table by the examination table. Alright, Michael, I'm just going to do a quick swab here to sanitize, and Dr. Saria stops. She places her hand over mine, and at that moment I realize I'm so tense I'm shaking. It's okay, Michael. You can relax. It'll be hard for me to find the vein if you're shaking like that. I nod, looking into Dr. Saria's golden, alien eyes. They are pretty. I feel the touch of her cool skin from the part of her hand that isn't covered by her glove. Her touch is cool and incredibly smooth.
Let's do a little breathing exercise together. First, breathe in and count to 4 slowly. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4.
It actually did help. I followed Dr. Saria's instructions, closing my eyes and listening to the sound of her calm, gentle voice. Her hand squeezes mine gently. We sit together. I do the cycle of breathing in and out a few more times. As we do, I feel my body relax and my heart rate slows down. Well, yeah, you're forcing your body to take in loads of oxygen and expel loads of carbon dioxide. That's gonna happen. Unfortunately for her, I am a combative patient. I have always been ever since I was a child. I've been a nurse when I was a very young whippersnapper, right? I mean, I apologize to that nurse, like, in my adult years now. I'm just like, I'm so sorry that I did that. I'm a horrible little person. I mean, but, like, I'm a jabber too, and I'm just like, okay, just do it right here, you know. I have always been afraid, you know, and that's big, and you're gonna do it, okay, yeah. And they just kind of give me a look, and I'm just like, just do it, just do it. You just gotta ignore me. I'm a horrible patient, and they do it, and they're good about it. So I feel much more calm now. Thank you, Dr. Saria. It's no trouble at all, Michael. Do you think you're ready now? No. Yeah, I think so. Here, you can hold on this if you'd like. Is it a squeezy ball? She hands me a soft, jelly-filled stress ball. Yes! I give it a few experimental squeezes. Yeah, this is good. Dr. Saria smiles and sanitizes the spot on my lower arm once again. I look at the ceiling so I don't have to see the needle go in. Lower arm? Like right in here? Not up here? Alright, Michael. Can you breathe in for me, please? And now out. Could be it needs, not a bigger muscle, I suppose. As I exhale, Dr. Saria swiftly administers a shot. She knows the way! That's how you do it, man. Then covers a small puncture with a little med patch shaped like a little yellow star. Heck yeah. I got a colored bandage. What did you get? Nothing? That's what I thought. There we go. All done. You can lie back for a moment while the medicine does its work. I'm gonna clean this up. Am I gonna get, like, dizzy again? I lie back on the table as Dr. Saria sits about putting her supplies away. So you're Cassie's relative that's taking over the Milky Way diner. Yeah, Officer Moritz, you mentioned people on station have been waiting for me to get here. We have. Welcome to the Hesperides.
How are you feeling?
How are you feeling now? Would you like to stand up? Sure. I get up off the examination table. The difference is startling. My headache and dizziness are gone. Sheep! Hi, bird! Are you coming over here to me? My bird got a vacation to Weedle. It's possible she administered some kind of adrenaline just a little bit, because that usually helps with dizziness and headache, because maybe epinephrine. No, that's EpiPen. How would she... Definitely adrenaline. Or... No, because we had dizziness with a headache, so definitely a little dose of adrenaline. Probably popped our heartbeat right up a little. Feel much better now, thank you. I'm glad to hear it. Are you going to be heading to the diner now? Yeah, I'm starving. Officer Moritz said he was going to ask someone from the agricultural deck to come by with some produce. I better head over there if I want to meet them.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a great plan. I know! I had the same thoughts. I mean, maybe you could come by the diner sometime. I think I'll be open in a couple days. I was planning on it. It will be nice not to have to cook for every meal again. As I get myself ready to leave, Vega comes out of the bathroom. Alright, I'm off. Thank you so much for everything, Dr. Saria.
Of course.
It was my pleasure, Vega. Feel free to come back if you need anything else. If you have the time before you head to your room, would you consider stopping by the tech office? Our station's lead technical mechanic Roswell has been looking at your ship. They'll want to talk to you when you get the chance. Maybe you can walk with Michael here to the promenade. You'll need to pass through it to reach the tech office. And it will be good for you to get a lay of land, so to speak. Dr. Saria turns to meet my eyes. Would that be okay with you, Michael? I think it would be good if you stuck together. Less likely for one of you to get lost. Sure. Yeah, sure, I don't mind. Fantastic. You both remember what I said. Try not to push yourselves too much, okay? And please, come back next time you need medical assistance. You got it, Dr. Saria. Thanks again for all your help. I walk over to Vega, and she gives me a polite bow and greeting. I return the gesture, as you should. Manners, my man. We're all about manners up in here.
Oh, hi. I'm Vega.
Oh, I love it. She says, raising her hand in a small wave. I'm Michael. Let's head out. I turn and nod my head to Saria as we leave the med bay. Goodbye, Dr. Saria. Dr. Saria smiles and waves us goodbye. Cool, cool, cool. That didn't take very long at all. So I heard everything, by the way. How are you holding up? Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop before more. I heard it sound like you had a rough couple of days. Yeah, my starship had a malfunction while exiting the stable wormhole. Unstable tertiary fuel line. I'm saying that word wrong. I thought I could handle it on my own, so I'd try to fix it myself, but she gestures to the discolored side of her face. I might have overestimated my own abilities. Thankfully, I was able to get a distress call out before something really bad happened. That must have been terrifying. Oh, it was. I really thought this is gonna be it for me. Thankfully, Officer Soooo and the rest of the rescue team were able to get to me super fast. I'm holding up pretty well, all things considered. Just a bit stiff. I'm glad to be up and walking. I know the feeling. I just got out of a 2-week stasis early this morning. Feels good to stretch my legs. I've heard those long-haul stasis pods are super awful. Is that why you're in the med bay? Pod sickness? Yeah, they really are. I feel much better now, but I fainted earlier. Thankfully, Officer Morency was there to catch me, I think to myself. Yeah. As we walked through the hallways, I noticed Vega staring intently at me. Is there something on my face? Is my goatee in place? Stroke it like a villain. I asked, can we stop walking for a moment?
No? Oh no, sorry. I didn't mean to stare and make you uncomfy. It's just that I've never met a human in person before. Well...
Technically, I met Officer Soooo, but only briefly, and I was busy trying not to, die. I mean, we are rather squishy space orcs. Well, you're the first Cerulean I've ever met, so I guess we're even. It's my first time out of my home system.
Oh my stars.
Besties! She says enthusiastically. I met Naru and Sketterians and even Kaetri before, but never a human. That's not all that unsurprising, I think to myself. Travel visas to the Cerulean home system are notoriously hard to get a hold of, especially for humans. Vega leans in closer, staring intently at me with her shining red eyes. Up close like this, I know her slight shimmer to her green skin, almost like she's wearing a light dusting of body glitter. Ooh. That'd be kind of cool if she was. That would be... I don't see it though. But I'm so bad with colors, guys. Anyway, whatever. Their entire race was stupidly, stunningly beautiful by almost human measures of conventional attractiveness. I don't like people calling other people stupid. So, what's your impression seeing one of us in person? I know, Bird. I asked, trying to mask my self-consciousness from being looked at so intensely. Your ears are kind of funny. They're round. Yeah, they are. Thanks. I'm gonna ask her about the sparkle. I don't feel... Do all Aurelians sparkle? I guess humans don't. We do not. Not unless we're wearing makeup, that is. My bird's acting so silly. I say with a little laugh, shaking my head. Our hair does turn white as we age, though. That's so cool. Our hair just stays the same color all our lives. Some Aurelians say humans are pretty ugly, but I don't agree with that at all. She muses matter-of-factly. I raise my eyebrow at her comment. I'm glad you don't agree, but I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a little insulting. And even a bit specious. Hey man. I don't know what you want to call it if we're sitting here going, every alien is beautiful, but... I mean, there is a word for it, but I just don't know at this time. It's one thing for species to have different beauty standards, but to say it just like that. What do humans say about us? How to answer that question? It's a weird quirk of evolution that aliens and humans happen to look a lot alike. But the histories of our civilizations could not be more different. The Aurelians were the first GA civilization to harness nuclear fission as an energy source. Incredibly technologically advanced and ridiculously wealthy thanks to their resource-rich home planet of Aurelia Prime and 4 habitable moons. Humans, on the other hand, are best known for being the one and only species in the galactic assembly that somehow managed to frick up their home world till it was no longer habitable through their own greed and stupidity. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sure, we managed to survive the collapse of our own home planet and expand throughout our own solar system with the comparatively rudimentary technology we had developed, but we probably could have never dreamed of achieving interstellar travel on our own. It's doubtful the GA would have even reached out and made first contact with the primitive, resource-poor residents of the Helios system had their hand not been forced. Lore? What made them reach out to us? Us! The space orcs of the... Dude, comparatively, we have no monster in this fight, right? Like, what made them want to come to us, I guess I'm saying. Like, maybe because we're squishy, I don't know. It was an open secret that they really tend to look down on our species more than any other, and the general human consensus? Aurelians are a bunch of beautiful, rich snobs, blessed with ridiculous good looks and more races than they know what to do with. Well, I'm not gonna insult her to her face. I know that much. Am I an idiot in these games? I swear. You're very beautiful. Your species is very beautiful, and a bit full of yourselves, I think myself, but don't say it aloud. She's so pretty, she says, flipping her hair over her shoulder and flashing me a dazzlingly bright smile before continuing to walk. Oh yeah, I think. Definitely full of it. Be nice! I follow her down the hall. I'm so disgusted with you, man. You are ruining this. For me, specifically. I love her. Do not continue down this path. So where were you headed before your ship broke down? I want to get as far away from the Aurelian system as possible, so I figured the Theta sector was a good bet. That makes sense. The Aurelian moons are all the way on the other side of the galaxy. Even though with the help of stable wormholes, it still would have been a 3 or 4 week journey to get here. You're not a criminal, son, are you? On the run from the law, head to a French colony to lie low and plot your next big heist? No, nothing like that. I just felt so trapped back home. I guess you could say I needed some space. Ha ha ha! Was that supposed to be a pun? Yes! You didn't like it. I thought it was out of this world. What about you? Why are you here? Vega asks. You're looking at the new owner and chef of the Milky Way diner, I say with a proud smile. You're a chef? Do you serve human food? I've always wondered what you guys eat. I plan on it, but I also like to learn some other recipes from other cultures. You should come by if you're still on the station when I open in a couple days. That is the core crux of humanity, I think, is sharing between each other, ruminating in what makes us all different from each other, and then just showing each other, you know, this is what my people or my family are just, you know, just sharing, what makes us all different, because it, at its core, it also makes us all the same, because we all want to be accepted by each other. And I think that it's also true for aliens. and it still, does it make us human, or does it just make us people? Anyway, yes please, can't wait. By now we'd reached the promenade, and I could see the outside of the Milky Way diner. It was a shop front like any other on the promenade, but there was a window on the side with the diner's name painted on it in bluish-green letters, which made it unmistakable. Speaking of the diner, this is me, Do you think you'll be able to make it to the tech office on your own from here? Yeah, I think I'll manage. Thanks for walking with me, Michael. You think maybe I could get your contact info on my palm pad? Then a bit more shyly, she adds, just so you can let me know when you open your diner. I promise not to bug you. Sure, Vega. She hands me her palm pad, and I type my name and contact info, then add first human friend. She takes her palm pad and beams as she looks at the contact profile.
You're really my friend now?
Oh, she's so happy about that. I am too. We're besties. She asks, hugging her palm pad to her chest. Oh, I am still going to woo her. Do not mistake that. But we are also besties. Yeah, I think so. Is that weird to say? Vegas shakes her head. I wonder if I imagined the tears I saw welling up in her eyes.
No.
Not at all. I'll send you a message. Make sure to log me in as your first Aurelian friend, too. She turns away from me and begins to walk off.
See you later.
Bye, Michael. See you soon. Vegas shoots me one last smile. With that, she very nearly jogs away from me and around the corner towards the tech office. Well. Oh, this is so exciting. Do I want to keep going? I do want to keep going. Let me get my drink first. Yeah, besides, it's not like I'm being timed or anything tonight. I mean, I think last time I was just tired, so. But I'm not tired tonight. So we're in the cafe itself. I scan my palm pad and the door of the diner unlocks. There's a slight chime as I open the door. The diner is small and cozy with a couple booths and some countertop seating. The kitchen is open and there's a door leading to the walk-in and office at the back. So that's interesting. I have worked at McDonald's before, and that's about right. You have to go through, like, towards the back and then the office. They had a very tiny office. I walk behind the counter and explore the kitchen. Pots, pans, knives, and cutting boards all clean in their place. A few non-perishable ingredients were still on the shelves, but it seems like the walk-in was cleaned out. Sanitation probably did that so nothing would start going bad. That makes sense. I was about to blame thieves. I run my hand across the well-used countertop and let my mind wander. The sound of the door chime jolts me back to reality. I turn around to see an Aurelian man in an orange work suit standing in the doorway. He carries a large crate under his muscular arm.
Excuse me.
Hello. Officer Soooo asked me to bring some fresh produce from the ag deck around. His voice is surprisingly quiet. I very nearly struggled to hear him from across the diner. I probably couldn't catch what he had said if there was any background noise. Oh, like the music playing? We can hear the music playing. Yeah, it's me. Come on in. He gives a slight bow towards me as he walks in. You can go ahead and put the crate on the counter here. Thanks for bringing groceries. What's your name?
Oh, it's Adar.
I'm a
farmer on the agricultural deck.
Awesome. He says, placing the crate on the counter. He removes a small potted plant with heart-shaped leaves from the crate. I also brought you an Avarnian mint plant. I thought maybe you might like it. He extends the pot towards me and our fingers brush slightly as I take it from him. I take hold of one of the slightly fuzzy leaves and pluck it off the plant. Nice to meet you, Adar. And thank you. This is edible, right? Adar nods and I place the leaf on my tongue. It tastes green and slightly cooling. It's nice. Thanks again. This is so kind of you.
It's nothing.
No trouble at all. I place the little plant on a shelf by my cooking station, then lean over the counter to get a closer look at the contents of the crate. Oh. I look into the crate. Sorry about the coughing fit. I look into the crate and realize with embarrassment that I don't recognize a single bit of produce. I shouldn't be surprised. This is a multi-species station, home to only a handful of humans. Of course, the ag deck would be more focused on growing crops, catering to the myriad of other species that call the Hesperides home. I spot a tomato hidden among the unfamiliar fruits and veggies. At least I know what to do with one of these things. No. Adar asks, worried eyes moving from the crate to me and back to the crate. No, nothing's wrong. It's just, I don't really know. know what any of these are except for the tomatoes. I know those. I've never left my home system. We don't really grow main crops from other plants in Helios.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I should have just brought you things you'd be familiar with. He avoids my eyes. The poor guy looks terribly embarrassed. Don't be. You didn't do anything wrong. Hang on, I got coffee in. Goodness, I got a frog in my throat. Everything looks really interesting, and I'll have to learn how to cook with what I can get on the station sooner or later. Adar's expression brightens, meeting my eyes once again. If you'd like, maybe we could do a little taste test. You could sample the produce I brought, and I could tell you a little about each one. Heck yeah! Let's do that! I am picky, though. I would not actually do that. I'd like that. Should I get out a cutting board? No need for you to get anything dirty. I'm sure this will be fine. Adar pulls a small pocket knife from one of his overalls pockets. We sit across from each other at the counter and start to go through the box of fruits and vegetables. His voice is still quiet, but his tone is more confident. Oh, my boy. Which one do I want to try first? Ooh. The daikon radish looking thing looks like it would be neutral taste, and I'm all about neutral taste. Yeah, let's go. This is a big radish, yeah. I say, handing Adar the big white root vegetable. It's a snow root. They grow in meltwater ponds on Renan near hot springs, but we just grow them in special hydroponic towers here. Adar slices into the snow root with his knife. I'm surprised to see there are lace-like holes running through the center of the root. He hands me a slice, and I take a bite. It's crunchy and starchy like a potato, but there's a slight, zesty, spicy, radish-like taste. It's nice. I like the crunch. Adar nods in agreement. There's lots you can do with them. Cook them, bake them, mash them, put them in a stew! And eat them raw. They're incredibly filling as well. Are any of you gonna get that joke? That looks spicy, that looks spicy. That... Let's go with the other white thing. I point to the prettiest fruit of the bunch. It is pretty. It looks like a blue bubble with a pink center. What's this one called? This is a sea berry from Nehru. We actually grow these underwater in our saltwater glow shrimp tanks. The plants and the shrimp provide each other with nutrients that keep each other healthy. It's a fascinating symbiosis. Go on, try one. Just take the little top part off before you do. Like a strawberry. Turn the small crystal-like fruit over my hand. The outer memory shines with a bubble-like rainbow iridescence, almost too pretty to eat. Almost. I take out the top part as Adar instructed and to pop the sea berry in my mouth. The moment my teeth break the outer membrane, I'm met with a gush of salty, slightly sweet water, followed by the sweet tropical and slightly floral taste of the inner fruit. That's so unique. I mean, yeah, that is definitely... So it's just water around a berry? I guess we're doing all these fruits? So I guess it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna go in the order I would eat. What about this flower ball? Atlas beans. They are a staple in the Rulian system. We have these in some form or another a couple of times a day. You can make sweet or savory dishes with them, and they're a great protein source. Ooh, I'm getting a little hot in here. This is beans? It's a pod. He picks up the sphere and shakes it next to my head. There's a slightest rattle coming from inside. Let me show you. He peels back a part of the membrane and shakes 5 large indigo beans out of the pod and into his palm, which he then extends towards me like peas in a pod, I guess. I used to shell some when I was a kid. You could try them raw and fresh from the pod like this, but it's more traditional to cook them. The flour here is edible too. Even though it's more used to as a garnish to make a dish pretty than as something you'd actually want to eat. I decided to pass on the flour, but go ahead and try one of the beans. It tastes pretty much how I expected it. Like any other raw bean I've had before. Bit starchy. Yeah, I think I can see why. I bet if I cooked them, they'd taste much better. Alright, I'm gonna go with the other berries too. How about this one? I lift up a purple and yellow vine bearing bright purple fruits. Keshri berries from Renan, the ultimate superfood. These are incredibly important food source for the cake tree, and they are also an incredible crop to grow on ag decks. Interesting. So, like, I guess bread for us? Maybe? No. Something we would all eat, yeah. On top of being full of antioxidants, they're one of the best sources of vitamin D you can get. Oh, that's nice to have when you're nowhere near a sun, yeah. I say, pulling a berry off its vine and popping it in my mouth. Once I bite through the firm skin of the fruit, I'm left with a soft, chewy texture. There is an initial tartness that disappears quickly and is followed by a deep berry sweetness, like a combination of blackberry and purple grape. I love blackberries. I never liked that one though. Let's try this one. I point to the pinkish red pear-shaped fruit with a crown of spikes on its larger end. This is a ruby fruit from Sketro, he explains, picking up the fruit and slicing into it. These used to be near impossible to grow on ships. They're cactus fruit with very specific requirements. But about 5 standard rotations ago, the Skedrians came up with a gene-modded version that can be farmed on a standard grow tower with some minor adjustments. Oh, they're cacti fruit! Yeah, those are hard. Cacti are hard to take care of, I think. Higher yielding, too. Adar cuts himself off as if remembering something. I hope I'm not boring you too much. No, man, this is exciting. I love learning about all this, actually. He says sheepishly with an apologetic look. The peel is edible, but it's not very tasty. He hands me a peeled slice. The fruit is juicy, slightly crunchy, and full of seeds. It's very sweet, and something about its flavor reminds me of bubblegum. I need that. My favorite taste is bubblegum. And I don't mean like my favorite thing is bubblegum, because the texture of bubblegum, the chewing of bubblegum makes me nauseous, and I don't know why, because I used to not be that way. But ever since I had this packet of gum that was like the kind of spit that baseball players used to have, I have never liked to chew bubblegum. However, the taste of pink bubblegum has always been my favorite. I eat only pink bubblegum frozen ice, or snow cones, whatever you want to call it. I only eat that. Only that as a flavor. So, I would eat this item. I'm going to have to use it in all my dishes. I figure out what it's called, but I know what it looks like now. It's big red fruit. This looks like a hand. I wasn't reading that, I swear. I was literally just going, this looks like a hand. I say, pointing to the red-orange fruit. Sketcher chilies are freaky looking, but they're delicious. How are you with spice? Not good. I'm okay with it, but exactly how spicy? I'm not going to destroy my taste buds, am I? It's not that spicy, so you should be fine. The peppers from your home system have a chemical called capsaicin, and that makes them spicy. This one has a bit of that too. But they also contain hydroxy-alpha-sensual, which has a more tingly effect, like mint. That sounds cool. Let's give this thing a try. I don't think so. Adar breaks a finger from the chili and hands it to me. I go for it, take it in a big bite. Oh, that sounds so... If it's like a pepper where you pop it open and it has the seeds all in it, or like teeth, pop that finger off and you get all them seeds. Sorry, I'm grossing myself out. It's crunchy and very similar to the peppers I've had before. The heat is subtle, creeping up before the tingling hits, numbing my tongue slightly. It's tasty, and the numbing spice is kind of addictive.
Do you like it?
How's it? Not too spicy? I shake my head. No, not too spicy at all. It's pretty tasty, actually. I like getting spicy. Okay, good. So which one did you like best? The ruby fruit. I think the ruby fruit, it tastes kind of like candy, and I like the crunch. Bubblegum. I'm glad you were able to find something you liked. Adar says with a smile. I think I want to try cooking something. It's about lunchtime. Have you eaten yet, Adar? No, but I'm fine. You don't have to worry about me. I'm not really hungry right now. Adar quickly rises from his seat at the counter. He turns to start to leave, but as if betraying him, Adar's stomach growls loudly. His face darkens in embarrassment. Well, that sells it. I'm making us lunch. It's the least I could do after you brought me all this stuff. Sit back down and relax. His eyes moved like slightly. I didn't see that before. He sheepishly sits down on the counter. Thank you, Michael. Sorry for the trouble. Look, man. It's my diner. I get to say who eats here for free and who doesn't and who gets, like, tossed out on the head, so... Of course, it's no trouble at all. Let's eat lunch. What to make? I think soup sounds nice and easy. How about... I want to impress him. So, I'm gonna make something... But you go to the diner... No, that's not right. I eat the same thing at every place. I'll make something from him. Something from your home, Adar. What do you think? Do we have the ingredients to make some Aurelian soup? We do, but are you sure you wouldn't rather cook something from your home world instead? Nonsense, I'm making you lunch to thank you, so I want to make something you'd enjoy. Exactly. Besides, I need to learn some new recipes if I'm going to cater to everyone here. I can't just make human recipes. How about Atlas bean soup? It's pretty simple and it's staple in the early moons. I like the sound of that. How you prepare it? There are two different versions. My family is from Avarnia, where the more traditional sweet version is popular. But on Leonia and Aurelia Prime, they adopted Sketro chilies, and a spicy version of the dish is more liked. Oh, in that case, I'll make the sweet. I don't like spicy. Sweet Atlas bean soup. What do you need? Just Atlas beans, sweetener, and salt. I'll try my best. Hope I don't mess up too badly. Okay, it's time to cook for your customer. Cooking mama skills coming to the forefront. When I was a kid, my cousin actually had the Nintendo DS version of Cooking Mama, and he would make fun of me because I did not have that version of Cooking Mama, and he would always bring it over and taunt me with it. But it's so fun. And I had the app for it, but it's huge, and also it's a little bit boring at times. It's time to cook for your customer. Start by choosing the appropriate cooking method for what you want to make. For example, if you want to make soup, select the pot. I know. Okay. Once you have selected your cooking method... Oh, you can select pantry or produce from the tabs here. And you select 2 or more produce. Pantry, you could experiment to discover new recipes. We are satisfied. Okay, he said if you're feeling stuck, you can check the... Okay, he said soup. I'm already messing up. I want to check my recipes and I'm scared. I don't want to mess it up. Okay, tomato soup. No. Oh, I don't even have it in here. He said the beans. Those are Keshri. Here it is. Atlas beans. Now he said I need sweetener, salt, sweetener. And that's it. Because the salt gives it... You made sweet Atlas bean soup! A sweet and hearty Aurelian dish. It's a staple for Aurelians from the moons of Varnia and Caracaris. Okay, I think that'll do it, I say, looking over my shoulder from my station. All the while they've been cooking, Adar has been watching me. One elbow propped on the counter, his hand supporting his head. Of course, every time I looked at him, he made a point to look literally anywhere else. Come on, man. Come on, man. Eventually, I just decided to pretend I didn't notice and focus on cooking. I can't deny that I find him cute, soft-spoken, and easily flustered as he is. There's a part of me that wants to see him get flustered again. Here, try some and tell me if it's any good. We are getting this together. Man, I want to buy this game, I swear. If they make all the episodes and just let me, no one else, just let me date all of them at once. I can have found family. So no, not just found. No, you know what I mean. I'm gonna date everybody. I always wanted it for Harvest Moon. I always wanted it for Stardew Valley. I want it for Story Seasons. They need to allow me specifically to woo everyone, marry everyone at the same time. We all live in the same house. We all have giant I dip a spoon into the pot and reach across the counter, raising the spoon up to Adar's mouth. Adar's eyes widen in surprise, his cheeks flushing a deep teal. Michael, He stammers out, obviously flustered. Go on, give it a try. I need you to tell me if I added too much salt. Eyebrow wiggle. Adar closes his eyes and takes a taste from the offered spoon. Oh my gosh. So what do you think?
This is delicious.
He likes her cooking! We're up one. We may have lost one with the officer. He didn't approve of our Jokerson. But Adar, the doctor, everyone else, we are stepping up, stepping out. He says with a bright smile. Good, I'm glad. I turn around, discarding the used spoon in the sink. I grab 2 green bowls and ladle soup into them until they're both full. I place one bowl in front of Adar on the counter, then I take my bowl, deciding to eat on the cook's side, standing and facing him. Alright, dig in. I hope I managed to get the recipe right. Let me know if I need to do anything different next time. Adar digs in with enthusiasm. His eyes widen as he takes the first bite.
This is so good.
Are you sure this is your first time making Aurelian food? You cooked the beans perfectly, the texture's spot on. You even garnished with a bit of the Avarnian mint. The mint was just a lucky guess on my part. Don't you think you're flattering me too much? It's like you said, it's a pretty simple dish. I ask with a laugh. I'm glad I managed to succeed in making an Aurelian dish. I don't think so. If anything, I don't think I can praise you enough. Arrgh, Adar sighs. Eating this makes me feel like I'm back home. Well then, I'm glad. This is seriously delicious. You're an amazing cook. Have you always been a chef? I've never worked as one professionally, if that's what you're asking. But I've always liked cooking. It always made me happy to see my family and friends enjoy the meals I made them. And seeing you enjoy this meal now, I feel like I made the right choice coming here. You know, your aunt told me once that she saw it as an honor to get to cook for people. That made her glad to know, no matter how bad of a day someone was having, once it came into the Milky Way diner, they'd at least leave with a full belly and a better mood. I feel a similar way about the work I do on the ag deck. I notice you get pretty passionate when you talk about plants and stuff. I've always loved growing things. It's kind of like that happiness you said you get when you see people enjoy the food you cook for them. It makes me happy knowing that the plants I take care of will go on to feed my community. There's so much warmth in his coral eyes. I can tell Adar means every single word. You're really a kind person, Adar. And so are you, Michael, he says with a soft, kind smile. Together we finish our food, chatting a little here and there, but mostly just enjoying the meal in each other's company.
That was delicious.
Thank you for lunch, Michael. Here, let me help you with the dishes. He grabs his bowl and gets up from his seat. Adar extends his hand towards my empty bowl, but I slide it out of his reach. He gives me a puzzled look. You're very welcome, but do you normally ask to help with the dishes when you eat out? I ask jokingly. Adar lets out a little laugh of amusement. No, but I'm not exactly a paying customer right now, am I? So let me give you a hand. He reaches for the bowl again, and this time I let him take it. He walks behind the counter and heads to the sink. I made this meal to thank you, but now I can't help feel like I owe you again. Dessert. Dessert. Do you have room for dessert? I can quickly make something sweet. Don't worry about having to do more dishes. I'll put a load in the sanitizer before I lock up. I normally wouldn't say no, but are you sure you want to cook again? I also have to head back to the agricultural deck soon, so I don't think I have time to sit and eat. I was actually thinking I'd like to make something to bring back for my block for my new neighbors. Nothing breaks the ice like free food. I'll make some for you as well. You can take it to you with the ag deck for an afternoon snack. That would be really nice, and I'm sure they'll appreciate it. And you better take my dessert. Yeah, just ask him. Why assume? What's your favorite dessert? Maybe I can make that? Don't you think you're indulging me too much? Maybe I like indulging. Adar flushes again at that. His reactions make him fun to tease. If I had to pick, Maybe summer cake? So an Aurelian dessert, a simple sheet cake with sweet Atlas bean paste sandwiched between two pieces. But if that's too much trouble, I won't mind. Just make whatever you want. It's alright, I think I can make that sandwich between two pieces. How do I make cakes? Bake, bake, bake. Oven is baking. Oven is... This thing's not gonna help me, is it? Sandwich between two pieces of what is the question, right? Protein. Do I know how to make a cake? Hang on, strawberry cake, right? Strawberries, flour, milk, sweetener, right? And then the Aurelian paste, flour, milk, sweetener, and the beans again. So you made a Aurelian samba cake! Sweet Atlas bean paste sandwiched between two pieces of sweet sheet cake. A popular Aurelian sweet traditionally made to celebrate the Midsummer Festival. Oh, I had a try again button in case I burned the entire diner to its ground trying to make this. I understand. After I finished cooking, I put the last of the dishes into the sanitizer and packed the desserts into reusable containers. I wipe down the counters quickly, and I get ready to lock up. Thanks for helping me again clean up again, Adar, and for bringing those ingredients too. Here's your snack. I hope you like it. And thank you for lunch and this dessert. I should head back to the ag deck now. What are you going to do with the rest of your day? I think I'm going to head to my room now and take a rest and maybe give these treats to my new neighbors if they're around. It's been a long day already, and the afternoon's barely started. Together we walk out of the Milky Way diner, and I turn off the lights as I leave. We stand outside the diner on the promenade.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a good plan. You should take it easy. I'll see you soon. Let me give you my contact info. I use it to drop off produce weekly for Cassie. I'll do the same for you. I can't guarantee I'll have the same stuff every week, though. That's fine. I hand him my palm pad, and he swiftly enters his details. He then hands the device back to me. That sounds great, thank you. I hope you have a good rest of your day, Adar. We smile and wave at each other as we go our separate ways. And that, everybody, is where we are going to end it tonight with having went to medbay, having been cured of our pod sickness by giving us a dose of adrenaline, flirted not only with the doctor, but with a doctor's patient. And then we met a very sweet guy and cooked him so much food that we are legally married to him now. So, apparently there's definitely more of this game because now we are making it to our new home. We have our neighbors to hand this cake out to. But we're going to stop for today. And then we will have more tomorrow. And then you guys will go and you will buy. You guys will go and you will buy the early release, or whatever they call it, and play and flirt with the one you choose. So yeah, if you guys are really like, tell me about it. I'm having a great time. I love these things. And if you want to see me play certain things, just tell me that too. If you like the horror, or if you prefer these little romance ones where I go a little crazy, wackadilly. But good night, happy weekend, and stay safe out there. It's weird. Bye all.